Yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
What's up, my guy? What's
No,
going on?
nothing much. Long time no see.
Yeah, for sure, man. How you been? How's everything going?
Good. Yourself? This pandemic, causing us to do a virtual interview. Because if not, we would probably be sitting down, really chopping it up.
Yeah, you already know. You
Yeah.
already know, bro.
Appreciate you coming in on the show.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I appreciate you bringing me on.
No problem. No problem. Let's get into it. I know you've been a star in Howard County for a while, starting at Athens in high school and then transitioning to Hammond High School for basketball. Tell me about that. Tell me your experience back in the county. How'd you, put yourself on the scene? One of the best players
Um,
in Howard County.
One thing I never really looked at was where I was playing at and who I was playing against and stuff like that. I just always wanted to work as hard as I could, bro, and just, you know what I'm saying, leave a mark. My whole goal was to leave a mark in Howard County. I feel like I did that. You know what I'm saying? My county experience at Appleton, we won a county championship my sophomore year. And then I went to Hammond my senior year, and we actually had a pretty good record. We finished 23-4. I don't think Hammond's ever done that. So,
Right.
it was a great experience, bro. Great experience.
You definitely turned the Hammond program around year to year coming in because the previous years, they were struggling a little bit. Then you guys came into a winning record and everything with you, Jarvis, doing the damn thing out there.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. And then I know that you went to a smaller school, leaving high school, Addison Boris. What made you go that route versus, you having a lot of buzz and maybe going to like a D1 school and everything like that? Why'd you take a smaller route?
Actually, I went to Tarleton State first, which was a
Mm-hmm.
D2 in Texas. We were number one in the country in D2,
Mm-hmm.
and then people don't really know this, but like my freshman year of college at Tarleton, I ended up withdrawing in September, and I
Mm-hmm.
was out for like 2-3 months because it was just some family things going on. So I felt like I needed to come home. I didn't tell the coaches or anything, so it was actually kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I was home from September to December, and they ended up calling me back in December, and they was like, "Man, we need you. I know you got things going on, but we need you." Da 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 da. So it ended up being a huge blessing in disguise. Me leaving school my freshman year, and then I got to come back and play the second half of the season. My freshman year, I was the only freshman on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Averaged about 20 minutes a game. Only averaged like 6, 2, and 2. But it was a pretty high level program. I learned a lot from Lon Reisman, which was the head coach. He's one of the most winningest D2 coaches of all time. So I just got a whole bunch of knowledge. And the guys that I was playing with, nobody on that team was D2, bro. So
Mm-hmm.
the guys I was playing with, you know what I'm saying? They definitely showed me a different aspect and brought a different type of dog out of me my
Mm-hmm.
freshman year of college. And then after that, I ended up transferring to Alderson Broadus in West Virginia, where I ended up being first team all conference, averaged 16 and a half, 4.5, and 4. Finished top 25 in D1, D2, D3, and three-pointers made.
Mm-hmm.
So the second season at Alderson Broadus, it definitely ended up going really well. I actually got hurt in January during that season. I tore some ligaments in my ankle, but I kept playing though. I played through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Alderson Broadus ended up being a pretty good experience.
Yes, sir. Your story kind of resembles two other basketball players I've gotten to meet back in the past, Trayvon Duval and Quinn Cook. Like how they were very talented in their skills of basketball, but then they kind of got overlooked and then went like a different route to get to where they are now. One being in the both being in the NBA now, but
Yeah.
I see that you got some recognition, especially playing when you went to the JBA league, Lavar Ball's league, when he created that and being the MVP out there. Tell me that about that experience and how'd you get in playing for the Seattle team and everything with that.
So my teammate in college at Alderson Broadus, Anthony Carmen,
Mm-hmm.
somehow he got onto the Seattle team, and it was kind of weird how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
One day he gave me a call because he just so happened to be watching my highlight tape, and the coaches were over there watching it with him, and they
Mm-hmm.
were like, "Who is this guy? Like, why isn't he here with us?" So oh, what Bray talking about the microphone?
Rainbow. Oh, he's probably talking about just me in general
Word,
doing
word.
like interview.
So AC ended up showing them my highlight tape. They were like, "Who is this guy? Why isn't he here with us?" And Charles O'Bannon, who my head coach was, ended up giving me a call and was like, "Look, man, we saw your highlight tape. We think you're really good. We think you'll really help us and be an asset to us this season for the rest of this season." So he was like, "Do you want to get on a flight to come with us to Chicago tomorrow?" So I literally had one day to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
I literally had one day to make the decision to leave college and try my luck and, you know what I'm saying, showcase my abilities in front of the world. So, you know me, I'm a pretty optimistic guy. I work really hard, so it was kind of like a no-brainer to be on celebrity status with Big Baller Brand and get to be around Big Baller Brand, Lamelo, Jello, Lonzo. You know what I'm saying? Trey Young came to a couple of our games. So it just ended up being a really high environment, like high atmosphere. And it was lit, bro. It was lit, bro. So it ended up being a great decision. I made a lot of big time connections. So it ended up all working out, bro. Ended up all working out.
And then from there, from the JBA league, I saw that you're now overseas. Well, you played overseas in China in the professional league. And is it Xining, China? Am I pronouncing that right?
It was Xingning. I was in Xingning,
Yeah, yeah.
Shanghai. I was in Shanghai, and then it was one other country. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But yeah, I definitely got some experience in China too.
How was playing basketball in China like? I know you created a big, huge fan base out there as well. How was that experience?
I wouldn't say I created a huge fan base. I mean, it was a lot of fans that did
Hmm.
love me and show me love, but you know, I'm a pretty humble guy, man. I'm not
Right.
gonna gas myself too much. But it was a crazy experience, bro. Crazy experience, big culture shock. Um, you know, nobody speaks English, so it was interesting. I had to use stuff like Google Translate and stuff like that when I'm just walking around or I'm in a restaurant trying to order
Hmm.
food. Yeah, bro. I mean, it was a big culture shock. China was definitely my favorite country that I've been to so far, just as far as seeing sights and stuff like that. I also got to play. This is Sean talking about fuck that talking shit. Yeah, so China was definitely a great experience, bro. My first game off the plane, I scored. Well,
Hmm.
my stat sheet was 24, 7, and 5. So my first game off the plane was really well. Unfortunately, the military ended up shutting us down for the rest of that month, so we only got to play a couple games, and then I was out of there. So China was great though, bro. I definitely can't wait to go back. Just with all the COVID stuff and the border being shut down, I can't get in right now. So I
Hmm.
was I was actually supposed to be back there this summer. So it's
Being
all good though.
being from Maryland and everything, and then the DMV area, seeing how this culture is like, and you then traveling around different areas to play basketball, what other cultures have you really connected with while during your travels and everything?
I got to play in the Philippines,
Hmm.
Cebu, Philippines. I was playing a lot of show games, so they're like money games. So
Hmm.
whenever you come out, you play like 3 to 5 games that weekend, and they'll pay you a big bag. So I played in the Philippines for about 2 months, and then that was from about November to late December, and then going into 2020, the first day, January 1st, 2020, I got a contract offer to go play in the country of Georgia in
Hmm.
Europe. So I ended up doing that from January to April.
So I know you do a lot of overseas. We see you possibly going the NBA route, possibly where either whether it's the D League or maybe just getting like a small like split contract playing for both the D League and the NBA. Are you going to go that route, or are you going to be maybe like the professor, basically, and maybe just stay independent and just maybe travel the world playing basketball and getting recognition like that?
Like I said, I'm a pretty optimistic guy. I don't
Hmm.
have the resume that most guys have, like high D1 guys that got to play on TV every night. But I'm not too worried about that. The end goal is definitely the league. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I definitely got some connections and I definitely got some things in motion. I just got to take care of what I got to take care of on the court. So,
Hmm.
and just continue to be a great person off the court and just continue to impact people, all that good stuff, man. So the A is definitely in the future, bro.
And your skill is very high. You with your dribbling for your shot is water. What type of grind do you put in the gym? How many hours do you spend putting in the gym? how many shots do you put up when you're in the gym to make your game to where it is now? Because basketball is a real skill sport for people who don't really know basketball like that. It takes a lot of time and effort to like perfect the game.
Yeah.
Tell me more about your grind session, your gym sessions. Who do you train with, and everything like that.
Well, it started back. Most people that know me coming up know that I was a football player my whole
Mm-hmm.
life. So I wasn't really in love with basketball like that until age 16. And that's when I started really grinding. And anybody that knows me knows I used to get in the gym before school. I used to get in there during lunch. Like I would get in there after school, and sometimes I would even sneak in the gym at night. So my work ethic has always been there. I just love to put the work in. Like you said, people that don't really understand the game don't really understand like all the small details and all the late nights, early mornings, and all these different type of sessions, man. It's just when you have a mission and you have a specific goal, you got to put a lot of work in. You got to put a lot of work in, man. So I never had any problem putting the work in. I'm still training really hard today, obviously. My trainer is Keith Williams out of DC.
I heard of
And
Keith. You
yeah,
train the run and shoot. Well,
yeah.
the old run and shoot is Capital Hoops now, Jim.
He got a long list of guys that made
Oh
it.
yeah,
Marcus
yeah.
Thornton, Markel
Kevin
Fultz,
Durant to Marcus Dorian
AD.
to
Right,
Michael
right.
Beasley, Quinn Cook, Nolan Smith. Yeah, he's a big
Yep,
trainer.
yep. So that's my trainer. I'll be training with him today at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So game resemblance, because I know there's two, like you're a point guard. There's two styles of point guards. You got like the combo guard, and then you got the set up play type maker guard. With your game, I see like a lot of craftiness and freestyles. Would you kind of say that resembles like a Kyrie Irving, where it's crafty freestyle playmaker, or like a more set up your whole team type of guy, like a Chris Paul game resemblance?
Um, I've heard some Kyrie Irving comparisons just because of my quickness and the way I can get to my spots and get my shots off. I've also heard Fred VanVleet comparisons just because of how
Mm,
well he shoots the ball and runs the team. I don't really like to compare myself to people. I think I'm
right,
an original. I think my game is my game at the end of the
right.
day. I'm more of like a scoring point guard at the end of the day. That's just what I do really well. I score the ball really well. And with me scoring the ball really well, it also allows me to get my teammates involved because, most people are scouting to stop me. So
Favorite basketball player growing up?
Allen Iverson all day. Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant.
Why is that?
Allen Iverson actually was like one of the first books that I read. Like I never was
Mm-hmm.
really into reading and stuff like that. So I ended up having to like just find some books that I wanted to read. And the Allen Iverson book is one of the first books that I actually got to read and just saw the things that he went through and all the stuff that he had to go through coming up and still achieving his lifelong goal. So he was a big inspiration for me early on. I also read Salt in His Shoes. I'm sure you remember that book about Michael Jordan.
Yes, 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 yes.
These are all like early books that I read, man. So they've been an inspiration to me for as long as I can remember. Those are my favorite players: Mike, Kobe, AI.
Mike, Kobe, AI, they all have that dog mentality where they separated themselves from the rest of the pack in the NBA. Because Kobe, Jordan, Allen Iverson, they all had that drive to really make them succeed. Can we see that in you as well?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. I'm just hungry, bro. This basketball stuff is
Mm-hmm.
really it takes a lot on your mental if you're not guided through this sports field, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I keep getting distracted reading these comments, man.
Oh yeah, the live is jumping, man. This the hottest. Listen, this is the hottest upcoming podcast out. Open ears, man.
Yeah. So you already know, cuz. You already know. Um, what was your question again, bro? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Can we see? Because I was saying that your favorite players Kobe, Mike, and Kobe, Mike, and Allen Iverson. They all have that dog mentality, which separated them from the pack. Whether we could see it in Kobe's rest in peace, Kobe. He was a legend, but we could see it in Kobe like he would take injuries. Mike would be take it like Kobe broke his finger and still dropped like what 81 points. I think that was the 81 point game where he broke his finger, just still still going hard. Jordan having the flu game, you
Yeah.
know, going through the flu. Allen Iverson working hard, pushing himself. Can we see that in your drive toward and how that brought you to where you are now?
Absolutely, bro. I've had to push through injuries. I've had to push through sickness. I've had to push through those type of things, man. I think one thing that they all three had in common,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not necessarily a great thing, but they all had the ability to turn pain off. You know what I'm saying? They all had the ability to turn pain off and still go out there and get the job done. So,
Mm-hmm.
not that that's the best way to do things because you can really hurt yourself long term, but
Mm-hmm.
you know they were very strong willed. They trusted in the work that they put in, and they just went out there and they wanted to dominate every night.
Mm-hmm.
They just wanted to dominate. So that's also what I want to do. Every time I step on the floor, I want to be dominant, and I want to win. I want to win games, and that's all something that they had in common as well. AI unfortunately didn't get any rings, but
Right.
you know he's one of the best players of all time, Hall of Famer. So they all had a lot in common.
Not only did they have the will to win, they also brought up players around them, helped develop their game too, to make and push them to become better. You can see Jordan with Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. We had Allen Iverson with Mutombo. You know, we had Kobe with Ron Artest to Pau Gasol to Greg Oden. They all built their players around them to make a better team. Can we see that in your game as well?
Yeah, man. I'm definitely an uplifting guy. Yo, these niggas got me laughing.
I know
They got me laughing. Um,
it's geeks. It's real geek.
but I'm definitely an uplifting guy, man. Anybody that's around me knows I bring the energy at all times. Especially when it comes to sports, man. I always have a lot of energy when it comes to that because that's my passion, obviously. And I never had really any problem being a leader, bro. I've always been a
Mhm.
leader. I've never really been a follower. I never really followed what the crowd did. That's just naturally who I am at the end of the day. So I feel like any team that ends up taking a chance on me, they're definitely gonna it's definitely gonna be worth it, and I'm definitely looking to uplift all my guys around me because that's the only way you can win. Trusting in your teammates, and you know what I'm saying, putting that confidence, that same confidence that you have in yourself, in them.
Mhm.
So that's a big part of winning. So, and I'm a winner. I like to win. So,
Favorite move in your arsenal? Because I know you made some people drop before. Like, what's a go-to move where, let's say, I'm gonna put you in a scenario. Let's say it's a buzz. It's 4 seconds on the clock. Y'all down by two, and y'all need a three to win the game. What you going to?
man, I'm going cross, tween, hezzy pull up. Game over.
Cash over.
That's game.
Game over.
Every time.
And, and,
Every
and you
time, bro.
and you walking away. You gonna turn your back and just know it's going in, basically.
Pretty much, bro.
Are we going to see maybe possibly you becoming a basketball trainer, like training people as well, or you going to stick to your game?
You definitely gonna see me in the near future training guys. I've already done some training on the
Mhm.
side. I've just been really focused on my craft, man, and I got opportunities and stuff like that coming up. So I haven't really had time to sit down and plan out a training
Mhm.
plan or anything like that. But definitely in the near future, I'll definitely be training. I also want to coach on a very high level.
Mhm.
It's a lot of stuff I want to do, bro. But a lot of my OGs have told me like focus on your career right now. You're still really young.
Right.
You got a long career ahead of you, so focus on that right now. Don't try to like skip too far ahead.
Mhm.
Think about those other things. But I definitely want to train in the near future.
I saw you getting some recognition on from Anthony Cowan on your IG pictures and everything. How did you and Anthony come about and come together? Because you know he was a good point guard at Maryland too. What's the
Yeah.
connection between you two?
Since I've been training with Keith, well, I played Ant when we were younger too. I
Mm-hmm.
played against Ant when we were younger, so we've known each other for a little minute. But we really got cool when I started training with him and Keith. Look at bro talking about B
They'll
Will
say
cook
B
me.
will
Yeah,
cook him.
yeah,
What team
fact.
were you guys playing? I mean, what team were you playing for at the younger age? I know AAU was hot on the circuit back then. Younger, I know Anthony was playing for DC Assault. They were a big team in the younger times. So what team were you playing for?
I played well. Actually, when we played each other, he was with the DC Thunder, so that's
DC.
after. Yeah, that was after DC Assault because Curtis got in trouble and all
Yeah,
that stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, we played each other. We played each other when I played with Maryland 3D, and I actually had a lot of guys on that Maryland 3D team that are doing pretty well right now. Shout out to Justin Gorham. You know what I'm saying? He had
Yeah.
Houston number 6 in the country, and he's been a dog. He was on my team. Daquan Bracey played with Louisiana Tech,
Hmm.
also a killer. I mean, the list can go on, bro. The list can go on. But that's when I first had ran into Ant on the circuit, and I held him to 4 points, and it was a fun game. We beat them. Of course, it wasn't live period, but at the end of the day, a win is a win, and as long as we got the win, that's all I was worried about. But when me and Ant, we were training with Keith, that's when we really got cool. You know what I'm saying? Keith would have us work out together a couple times a week, so that's how me and Ant got pretty cool.
Other than basketball, what can people see you doing, or what do you like to do? Other hobbies? What do you do in your downtime when you're not
I
in the
have a
gym?
lot of hobbies, bro. Like you try and dig in the bag. You try and let people know what's up.
Yeah, you just listen. This is
Um,
gonna be the best interview that you had, bro.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Some other hobbies that I like to do. I like to read. Um, I guess I like to play video games, but I never really was a big video game guy. But I like to play against my guys. Like I'll never play by myself. I like to do music too. I
Hmm.
haven't really like got into it big time yet, but people will see that in the near future too. I'm actually not bad at music. What else do I like to do, bro? I mean, obviously I love to work out. Um,
Hmm.
I don't really want to get too deep right now, bro. I don't really want to get too deep. Um, it's
My
a
man
just
Sean
know
said,
that just know that there's a lot coming in the near future.
my
You
man
know?
Sean said, let him know about the nutrition.
Yeah, I like to meditate too. My
Hmm.
nutrition has definitely changed over the past 3 to 4 months. I started pretty much going plant based. Not really, because I still eat like fish and shrimp and stuff like that, but I don't
Hmm.
really eat chicken anymore. And my nutrition changed, bro. So I also like to be a student of the game. I mean, it's a whole bunch of hobbies that I have, bro. Like it's too many to really name right now, and it's too many for me to think about.
So we're gonna tackle those different points that you talked about. Reading. What's your favorite book that you read, or series that you have read?
My favorite book that I read so far was The Slight
Hmm.
Edge and The Four Agreements.
What are those about?
The Slight Edge is just about like pretty much compound interest. So like
Hmm.
pretty much doing the little things that you got to do every day to add up over time. That's pretty much what The Slight Edge is about. And the four agreements are be impeccable with your word, don't
Hmm.
make assumptions. What was it? Be impeccable with your word, don't make assumptions, always do your best.
Hmm.
Why can't I think of the fourth one right now? I can't think of the fourth one right now, bro. That's bad. I should know that. Um, but yeah, man, the four agreements definitely opened my eyes too. It opened my eyes big time.
Can I give you two books to read?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you probably read them, Rich Dad Poor Dad,
Yeah, I read that.
and then The Art of Negotiation.
Haven't read that one yet.
It's by someone that is not so hot. I mean, in America right now, it's by Donald Trump, but it actually is a good book. He speaks on how to negotiate with people, communicate with people to further yourself in what you want in your path on what you want to do.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hard to tap into that.
Yeah. And then you said that you were working on, like, you were like not you're changing your route away for going more of a plant-based. Talk for people who don't really, understand the importance of maybe going that route, becoming more of a vegan. Can you talk more about that and stuff like that? Or becoming closer to a vegan, vegetarian lifestyle? Because putting the right kinds of foods in your body is good for your health as well.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I think everybody's different. I
Hmm.
think for me personally, I just got to a realization that if I didn't want to get hurt or if I wanted to continue to have a long career, that I had to change my eating habits because I didn't really eat well. So
Hmm.
for me personally, it's just I think it helps with your brain. I think it helps with your body, your spirit,
Mm.
all of that stuff, man. I mean, again, this is for me personally. I don't know what it'll do for everybody else because I don't like to speak for everybody else. But I know the people that have decided to take the plant-based route and eat better and make better choices have had longer careers. Maybe not as successful, but their careers have been longer. So for me personally, I took it into consideration that I want to play this game for a long time. So
Mm.
in order for me to keep my body up to par and all of that stuff, I gotta eat better. So that was the whole idea.
And I know that you're a humble dude, but I'm about to pull this out. Didn't you get a player on 2K or something like that? Yeah, you know I was gonna pull it
Yeah,
up.
hell yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah. They put us on 2K after the JBA, bro.
that's tough. How did that come about? How'd you get in? Well, how did that happen? Was sponsored by
Um,
2K to get a player on 2K.
I don't even know, bro. Like they didn't really tell us, but I do know it had to do with my guy Dev from Seattle. He's actually from Seattle, and he had some connections with people who do gaming and stuff like that, and could put us in 2K. So that's really how that happened. I don't really know too much else about it though. You
Mm.
know me, like you said, I'm a humble guy. I wasn't
Yeah, very
that
humble.
wasn't
Very humble.
that wasn't really like anything big for me because I'd rather make it to the league and get in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to. I was in the JVA, bro. That's not the NBA. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So it was a nice little accomplishment, but
right.
still a lot more work to do. So
So we about to wrap this interview up. But anything else that you want to tell your people that have been noticing you, or people who haven't been noticing, anything that you want to tell them that's coming up? What's to watch out for?
I definitely have some opportunities coming up. I'm not gonna speak about them too much. I don't really like to
Hmm.
speak about my opportunities like that. But
Hmm.
what I can say is, for anybody that's just trying to be a better person, just grind hard. Just you got to find what's best for you. At the end of the
Right.
day, you got to find the things that work for you. At the end of the day, we're all different. We're all original copies, man. So again, you gotta find your niche out here, and you know what I'm saying. Stay around the love. Stay around the people that actually love you back, and don't pay attention to the haters. Obviously, as cliche as that sounds, it's a true statement. You know,
Mhm.
just keep working hard and doing what you got to do. What's best for you, man. That's all I can really say.
That's good. And we about to wrap this up. I appreciate you, Brandon, for
My
coming on the
God,
show. You feel
my
me? Like
God.
showing me love and giving me this opportunity to interview you.
Absolutely, bro. Anytime, man. Anytime.
All right, we out. It's an Open Ears channel. You feel me? Stay tuned. We dropping more heat, more podcasts coming, more interviews coming. Stay tuned.
It's
All right, bro.
love, bro. It's love, bro.
Safe. Be
Holla at me.
safe. Thank you for coming in.
You too, my guy.
All right.
Already.
All
All right.
right.